What if AI solved the Zodiac letters? In the world of true crime, few names spark as much fascination, frustration, and fear as the Zodiac Killer. For decades, this nameless phantom haunted the headlines, not just for his brutal murders, but for the bizarre ciphers he left behind. But now, as artificial intelligence revolutionizes fields once thought untouchable, one question burns brighter than ever. Could AI finally solve the Zodiac's unbreakable codes? Today, we dive into the chilling possibility that machine learning may succeed where humans have failed for over half a century. The Zodiac legend. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror began in late 1968 in Northern California. Over the next few years, he would claim responsibility for at least 5 murders, though he suggested the real number was far higher, and he taunted law enforcement and the media with a series of cryptic letters. What made the Zodiac unique wasn't just his brutality, it was his love of games. He mailed 4 ciphers, each containing a complex mix of symbols, letters, and strange characters. These weren't just codes, they were puzzles, challenges to the police, the press, and the public. He signed his letters with a strange crosshair-like symbol, a circle with a cross running through it, and adopted the moniker Zodiac. The first cipher, known as the Z408, was solved fairly quickly by a high school teacher and his wife. But the message wasn't exactly comforting. It read, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." Chilling. But after that, the Zodiac grew more sophisticated. His next ciphers, including the infamous Z340, a 340-character puzzle, went unsolved for decades. And then came the final 3 letters, the Z13, Z32, and My Name is ciphers. They were shorter, and many suspected they contained his true identity. But despite countless attempts by professional cryptographers, amateur sleuths, and FBI codebreakers, these ciphers resisted all efforts. Until very recently. For years, traditional code-breaking methods were used. Frequency analysis, substitution ciphers, anagram solvers, linguistic analysis. But the Zodiac's puzzles were designed to resist these. The Zodiac exploited randomness. He likely used misspellings, false leads, and meaningless characters to throw investigators off. His ciphers weren't pure math problems. They were messy, chaotic, and psychological. Even the best cryptographers hit a wall. Without a cipher key, some experts argued that the remaining codes may be unsolvable, or worse, may be deliberate gibberish. But where humans struggle with complexity and randomness, AI thrives. Artificial intelligence, particularly machine learning, has transformed countless industries, from medicine to art, from finance to warfare. Now, it's being pointed at one of history's greatest unsolved crimes. AI's ability lies in pattern recognition across massive datasets. Unlike humans, AI doesn't get tired, it doesn't get bored, and it can test millions of possibilities in mere seconds. In 2020, a huge breakthrough came, thanks not to law enforcement, but to a trio of private codebreakers, David Oranchak, Jarl Van Eyck, and Sam Blake. Using custom-built algorithms, including a powerful AI-based cipher solver called AZdecrypt, they finally cracked the Z340 cipher after 51 years. The solution read, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner." It was classic Zodiac, taunting, evasive, and terrifying. But while the Z340 fell, the shorter ciphers, Z13 and Z32, remain unsolved. And this is where AI may soon deliver even bigger answers. Let's break down how AI attacks a cipher like Zodiac's. First, data ingestion. The AI absorbs thousands of known ciphertexts, historical codes, linguistic databases, and encryption techniques. The more data, the smarter it becomes. Second, pattern recognition. AI hunts for repeating symbol clusters, substitution patterns, or linguistic quirks that the zodiac may have subconsciously or deliberately included. Third, natural language processing, NLP. AI models like GPT-4 or purpose-built language models simulate possible word combinations, analyzing which sentences make contextual sense given the zodiac's known writing style. Fourth, generative testing. The AI then simulates billions of possible decryptions, continuously refining the results based on the most probable outcomes. And finally, human collaboration. AI doesn't operate alone. Human experts guide it, feeding it context, narrowing its focus, and verifying its results. This hybrid approach, machine speed and human intuition, may finally be the formula that cracks the remaining zodiac mysteries. In recent years, several researchers and hobbyists have applied AI directly to the unsolved zodiac letters. In 2022, machine learning algorithms suggested several partial decryptions of the Z13 cipher. One model, after thousands of iterations, proposed potential names hidden within the symbols. None have been confirmed by law enforcement, but the technology is advancing rapidly. Researchers at institutions like the University of California have even developed AI models trained specifically on 1960s American English, slang, and Zodiac's prior writings, allowing the AI to guess not just words but the style in which Zodiac wrote. The results are tantalizing. Some models have spit out names, though for ethical and legal reasons, most researchers stop short of publicly accusing anyone based on machine-generated guesses. But the question is no longer if AI can solve these puzzles, it's when. Here's where things get complicated. What happens if AI outputs a full name? If the Z13 cipher, supposedly containing Zodiac's real identity, suddenly reveals a living person's name, what do we do? Unlike human-generated evidence, AI outputs are probabilistic. They suggest possibilities, not certainties. That raises serious legal, ethical, and moral issues. Is it fair to accuse someone based on an AI model? What if the AI is wrong? Can law enforcement rely on machine analysis to reopen a cold case? The truth is, AI might break the ciphers, but only corroborating physical evidence, DNA, fingerprints, or verified confessions can truly identify Zodiac beyond doubt. In fact, as of today, forensic genealogy, not AI, remains law enforcement's best chance at finding Zodiac. AI may unlock his words, but DNA may unlock his name. The Zodiac case is just the tip of the iceberg. Around the world, thousands of unsolved ciphers and encrypted texts remain, from medieval manuscripts like the Voynich manuscript to Nazi-era Enigma codes never fully decrypted. AI's ability to process massive linguistic and mathematical datasets means it's being deployed on all of them. Projects like DeepMind, OpenAI, and IBM's Watson have all shown interest in applying their technologies to unsolved codes. In fact, some historians predict that within the next decade, many ancient and modern ciphers will fall, not through human brilliance, but through machine persistence. The Zodiac ciphers may become one of AI's first major triumphs in historical cryptography. At its core, the Zodiac mystery represents something far larger than a serial killer. It's about our fascination with the unknowable, our obsession with puzzles, our need to understand evil. The fact that Zodiac remains unidentified, that his codes have outwitted generations of experts, is part of what keeps us coming back. His legend has grown, not despite his anonymity, but because of it. AI threatens to change that. It may finally break the one thing that's kept the Zodiac story alive, its mystery. And when that happens, we may face a strange question. Do we really want the Zodiac mystery solved? Because once it's solved, once we have a name, a motive, a final decrypted message, the myth collapses. The legend becomes simply another solved case file. As we speak, AI models continue crunching away at the remaining Zodiac ciphers. Every day they grow smarter. Every day the odds increase that one final breakthrough may come. Whether it's tomorrow, next year, or a decade from now, the question is no longer whether AI can solve the Zodiac letters. The question is, what will we do when it does? Will the name mean anything after so many years? Will justice even be possible? Or will the Zodiac remain what he always wanted to be? A shadow in the fog, taunting us from the grave? Only time, and perhaps AI, will tell. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Zodiac Killer and the mind-bending world of artificial intelligence, don't forget to subscribe to Deadly Details. We'll be back with more mysteries and more unsolved crimes. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, some mysteries don't want to be solved.